three things related to the market. Inflation is looking to drop by first quarter of 2023, and that's happening because the Fed's plan to raise rates another 3/4 of a point in November and another 3/4 of a point in December. So as of last week, we were at 6.7%, and this trend continues. We are expected to be at 8.25% by the end of the year. 8.25% interest rate cost to purchase a property. Now, did we ever hear back from Melissa Mather on that deal? Still waiting. Okay. She's supposed to call us back, but we're at 3.25%, 3.5% on that deal. Seller finance, 3.5% interest. And then we're closing one this week where we're taking over a FHA loan, a VA loan, which is a 30-year loan, and we're wrapping that loan at, what's the rate?
3.37.
3.37. So if you go out and buy a house right now, you're going to pay 8.5% to get funding. The way that we buy houses, we're getting funding at 3.37. So should you buy it conventionally or the way we teach? Okay, so now is not a bad time to buy real estate. You just have to change the way in which you buy real estate.
Wait,
and by the way, yes?
will you explain what a wrap is?
What a wrap is, it's where we simply take over an existing loan. So somebody that got a loan in 2020, 2021, and they got a rate at 3% when rates were really low, we're simply stepping in and just continuing to make their payments. So we don't refinance, we don't pay the loan off, we just take over the underlying loan. It's called subject to. And it's the very class that next Saturday I'll be teaching all day about how to do this very strategy, which we're sending you guys the link. So every employee in this organization is going to have access to watch that training, and I would recommend you do it whether you need a house or not. It is the best way to buy real estate in a rising interest rate marketplace, and that's where we're currently at. Last thing I'll mention, and this is related to housing, house flipping remains strong, but a slowdown is in the works. About 8.2% of home sales were considered flips in the second quarter, down from 9.7% in the first quarter of the year. Second quarter's rate is still the third highest since 2000. Data from Datum Solutions shows that house flipping is strongest in metro areas in the West and South. Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona, top markets for flipping. Jacksonville and Tampa, Florida. Atlanta and Gainesville, Georgia. Charlotte, North Carolina, and San Antonio, Texas. Currently the strongest house flipping markets in the U.S. Flipping has become less profitable over the past few years. On average, the process generated a gross profit of $73,000 in 2022 second quarter. Return on investment has shrunk from its peak in 2016 to 53%. Now, the reason I share these articles with you guys is you got to learn how to read through the smoke and mirrors, okay? So the market and the media is saying that house flipping is no longer profitable, it's declining, and you shouldn't do it. Because you can't make 43% cash on or 53% cash on cash return anymore because the market is tanking, and the most you can make return on investment right now is only 29%. Anybody looked at your 401k balance recently? Because mine lost 28% since the beginning of the year. But if you flip real estate, you can only make a 29% cash on cash return. That's terrible. Where else are you going to go to make these kinds of returns, you guys? Nowhere. Real estate is the place to create wealth in America. It always has been, and it will continue to be. Not the stock market, not your 401k, real estate, and anything tied to real estate.